all these pines, all the pines you see, both left and right, all these big ones up here, they'll all be covered in snow. Beautiful. Yeah, this truck driver is crazy. Like, I'm doing 80. You know, the speed limit through here in built-up areas is 70, then down to 50. You know, that guy was sitting on about 90 then, just crazy. So interesting for me too to come along here, because this turn off here on the left, I've come down as far as this. Okay, so that's my boundaries. That's as far as I've been. Far as I've been driving, I should clarify. I've been this way many times on train. So I'm just going to sit in the right lane, have an overtaking lane now. There's a couple of guys behind me that, you know, there's an Audi that wanted to, I thought he would go, but he didn't go, so that's the end of that. Wow, those are big pines, big pine trees. And nice, all these different influences too. That's what makes Romania so unique. Just all the influences from thousands of years ago. I mean, look at that old place there. From the Romans right through to the current. The history the place has is just amazing. I want to, maybe in a week's, I don't know, a couple of weeks time, because the museums are closed again because of Corona, which is a bummer, because I wanted to go to the military museum and make a video in there just of the whole museum to show everybody, not only show newbies or new people, but to show Romanians as well, because that military museum is tucked away in the middle of Bucharest, and you know, it's almost like a lot of people don't know about it, but it's a really, really good museum. They have put the effort in there to make the displays really interesting, and they start right back from before Christ, you know, and the evidence of the early settlements, early weapons, architecture, pottery, and then right up through the ages, the different wars, and all the galleries they've got, you know, the galleries of uniforms, galleries of weapons. They've got a great outside area that's packed with old armour. So if you're into artillery pieces, tanks, aircraft, yeah, it's really substantial collection and very, very good. Oh, unbelievable, the truck's turning. It's a bit of a godsend. Hooray. So I'm curious to find out what I'm looking forward to. I haven't, when I travel to places, really the only things I Google or look at are point A to point B. You know, I don't really look at what's in between, because for me, half the mystery and half the adventure is, you know, if you have to pull up somewhere short because it's getting dark, or you need a rest and you need to, you know, stop somewhere for the night or have lunch, you just find a little town like this and you go, wow, that, you know, that restaurant looks great, or that terrassa, the outside terrace area looks really nice to relax in, have a coffee, stretch and get going again, you know. So I only really look at point A to point B. So I don't know a lot of what's coming on these roads here. Like I don't know what to expect. In the sense that I don't know if there's some really nice little towns here. Some sense if I don't really know if things like the road go through the tunnels, because the train goes through a few tunnels as it makes its way through the mountains, and particularly from once you leave Predeal through to Brasov, there's a few tunnels the train goes through, so I'm curious to find out if the cars do as well. You would assume so, that a mountain's a mountain after all, but so this is going to make an interesting, this will end up making an interesting video in its own right, I think. A little bit of commentary, area that I haven't driven through before, so for me it's exciting at the same time. And the place I picked to stay in tonight, outside Brasov. It's about 2 kilometers outside Brasov. I was tossing up, do I stay in the city centre? Because the city of Brasov, the old town, if you stay in there, everything is really, really close. You know, the big city square, the black church, some of the key sites, you can just walk outside. And the square is traffic free, so that's the other thing, you can't park anywhere near it. So I decided to stay in a little place called, geez, what's it called? Snug Apartments. So Snug sounded nice and cozy. So a place called Snug Apartments. So there's an old tunnel going into the rock. Yeah, anyway, a place called Snug Apartments. Looks like a really nice, cozy sort of wooden chalet type arrangement with a balcony overlooking the mountains. So I thought it'd be perfect to stay in, clear the head, do a bit of work as well. And if I get time, because I'm only coming for 2 days, if I get time, I'll go around. I'll drive to Bran Castle, so you know, all those Dracula worshippers and Dracula fans get to see Bran Castle. No religion is perfect, I suppose, but at the end of the day, and I'm not going to preach to anyone because I keep my religion to myself a lot, but I will just say, I just think it's about your own relationship that you have with God and nobody else's, and as long as you have that on a personal level, then that's fine, and you should feel secure with that, and that's all that matters, is your faith and your own belief and your own relationship. So that's all I'll say. Here we go, Judetul, Brasov. So I suppose the best translation of that, Judetul, Brasov, is how would I say, the Brasov region, the region of Brasov. A lot of tyre changing going on there, and the reason is in winter here you have to take your normal tyres off and put on your winter tyres. Well, some people they buy intermediate tyres and just drive on those all year, but yeah, you're meant to have winter tyres on now. winter or intermediate. So if you get pulled up now by the police and you got your normal summertime tyres on, yeah, big fines. Okay, I'm just going to stop the take here, guys. I'll pick up again later, but I'll stop here for now because I just want to concentrate on having a bit of a look around as well. And I'm really thirsty. I bought an orange juice back at the service station when I filled up diesel, and I haven't had it yet, so time to have a sip of a drink, I think. So actually, let's just see. Just want to see how much further we are till we get to Predeal. The Predeal station, because this is the Brasov region, so it's like, you know, you have, in English you have states and territories and municipalities, and then, you know, a city area. So here the same thing, you have a region, then you have a municipality. So it's the Brasov region, but Predeal is itself is within Brasov. All right, I will sign off there, just in case we get out of here and get into some interesting mountainscape and tunnels going through the cars, etc. For the cars to go through, I mean. Otherwise, I'll have to stop and change battery and put another SD card in the GoPro. It's a really horrible looking building. Brasov is a Romanian bank, one of the big banks here. But yeah, nice. This is okay. So that's Predeal train station over there to the right where the camera is. This is this beautiful church here when you come out of Predeal station. I stayed in a hotel up here a while ago, but I tell you what, there was a restaurant here, a little cafe. I think it's just up here on the corner. It could be this one here. Varful Kudor, that's it, in there. Wow, the food. That's the hotel I stayed in, the Hotel Boulevard. Not too bad. But yeah, that restaurant back there and the food was outstanding and beautiful. Beautiful inside too. It was just nice wood. I love the wood feel to restaurants and places you stay. Wooden tables, perfect. Oh, and look at this. I'm glad I didn't stop recording and just kept it going. So we are coming through Predeal now, or the end of Predeal actually. So there's Predeal on the sign. We've been through it. Look at the mountains there. A little bit of snow covering them. So they've had little bits, not huge amounts by the looks of things, but they've had little bits of snow. So look at this guy, man. Just, you know, I suppose people know the roads here, but again, wow, you take a risk, man, you know. Going downhill on bends, and like I said, this road in winter, even though I haven't driven it, I know what it would be like. It would be just covered in ice and black ice, you know. And the worst thing is black ice, because one, you can't really pick it unless you know the roads and the conditions, and it's just terrible because once you hit it, you know, there's no real recovering. You just aquaplane, and so you just got to be so careful. Yeah, this is a wow. This is a really, really nice, stunning bit of a drive along here. The sign back there said "Stop accidents. Life is a priority." Yeah, damn straight. 100% agree. Definitely agree that my life is a priority, so I'm not taking any risks taking any risks around here. So big windy roads, a couple of big windy turns. But yeah, beautiful, look at that. Just to live in a house like that up in the mountains, in the pines, oh, outstanding. So I got a fair bit of this twisty turniness now. There's a couple of these really steep roads with steep turns. See, this is the thing I meant, like, didn't really feel like we climbed up too much to Predeal. But then you start going down these twists and turns, and you realise you're actually up pretty high. Here comes another one. And again, guys, excuse the camera work. I don't know how good it's going to look, what it's going to turn out like. I'm just sort of been holding it in one hand. Holding it in one hand and driving through these roads with one hand, with these sharp turns. And like I said, I don't know the roads here, so I'm just sort of guessing at where they go. Wow, those colours though. Love the colours. So I don't know, yeah, GPS says 14 kilometres left on this stretch of road, so I don't know how far that 14 kilometres gets me in terms of where it comes out near centre of Brasov itself, but we're going to find out. Just tap the screen, let's have a look. Whoa, 6% battery left, guys, 6%, so yeah, I've still got a fair amount of recording time on the card, but wow, look at that place. Nice, nice, nice. But I dare say that the camera will cut out. First battery will die in a sec after, well, it's been 38 minutes of recording. So, and it wasn't fully charged, it's about 70% charged. So I've been recording for nearly 40 minutes, wow. Didn't seem like that, and gas bagging away. So hopefully you guys don't get sick and tired of me carrying on and talking. I just enjoy, like I said, I just enjoy this. I enjoy driving. I enjoy capturing a little bit of it for posterity's sake, and I just enjoy talking. So it's just me giving my honest thoughts on things as we go along. Yeah, and this is just really is a nice drive, this, and I keep saying it, but it's just such a mix of everything. And you know, I didn't even complain about it until I started thinking about it again now. But what did I say 20 minutes ago about a truck? You know, we lost one truck. And we get out into some beautiful terrain again, and we get another truck. But it is what it is. Wow, look at that. Awesome. Alright guys, well that's I thought it was dead. It's almost dead. It'll be on its last legs anyway, this